Hey y'all, happy Friday. I hope everyone's having an amazing Friday thus far. I am because I'm breathing. I have another chance to connect with everyone in this manner to bring forth the message that the universe, spirit, creator, whatever you want to call the Most High, wants to bring through these cards, through the story that it develops, through the path that it takes my mind through, that I'm able to grasp the messages that, some of us may need to hear. And there's a lot of people that are awakening. And I just want to explain briefly what awakening is as far as my experience is concerned and what I see it to be. It's allowing the sun and moon to be, allowing day and night to be, allowing yourself to rest and wake up the next morning. So it's a constant shift. And with saying that, I don't even want to say it's like a back and forth, but it could be. Yes, it is a back and forth, but not in a sense of how it's taken, the definition of back and forth these days, where it's like a battle. It's not a battle. It's more so giving each side the opportunity to be what it is, so that way you're able to move forward, go into the next day. So I just wanted to say that because I am going to shuffle these cards. These cards are Moonology Oracle cards. Yeah. So we're going to see what message. Capricorn season. We just had the solar eclipse energy, which is the energy of activation. So you may have a lot of things rising up right now that you may feel excited about, or torn in between two different sides of things in terms of actions and consequences, right or wrong. And I say action and consequences first because I like to view life as such and not so much what's right or wrong, because the concept of right or wrong can be, it could be all over the place, because to a robber, what he's doing is the right thing. He sees it as an opportunity, but to the victim, it's a problem, it's an issue. So I rather look at life as action and result or consequence. So I'm going to shuffle this one more time. Let's see. At the bottom, what do we have? A win-win outcome is forecast. So from that, the vibes I get from that, no matter what you do right now, it's a win-win situation, plain and simple. And of course, that's going to happen, like I said in yesterday's video, if you've done all of the work that you've needed to do up until this point. Okay. Let's see. First card that's rising up. Emotions are running high. That's what's rising up. And what's funny, that was the outcome yesterday. So it's like we're moving right along. Solution to any challenges. Let's see here. What do you need to release? Advice. The advice. Let's see what this is. Ooh, the advice is you're very close to achieving your goals, to keep going. Outcome. The message on this already is amazing. This is the outcome. Let's see. Be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. How beautiful is that? Because it is Capricorn season, which is a cardinal sign. And that's basically a sign of initiation, activation. And that's the eclipse that we just had, the solar eclipse. That's exactly what it's doing. It's activating. This is great. It's just activating all of those things that we've learned in order to put it into action. It's basically like training. You're just activating the muscles so that way when it's time to get them going and to integrate them, you're ready to go. Because there will be a time, and that is next year, because we're having a lunar eclipse where that specific eclipse is about integration. So we already have the outcome to be bold and make the first move. So starting from the beginning, we have for what's rising up for us, emotions are running high, super moon. Mind you, yesterday's reading we had for the outcome, emotions are running high, if I'm not mistaken. For solution to any challenges that may be rising at this time, they're telling you to do an assessment on self as to what do you need to release. And for the advice, we have you're very close to achieving your goal, Gibbs Moon. And that's just telling you to keep going. What's rising up for you are the emotions that are running high. We're in Capricorn season, and that is an earth element or earth energy being grounded. So as those emotions are running high, do find time to get yourself back to a grounded state so that way you're able to move logically on the situation, knowing when to use your emotions on the situation, just knowing when to use your resources, whether if it's your passion, your thought, your emotions to address any situation at the current time or when you're planning for the future, whatever the case may be. And we have for the outcome, be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So again, we're in that energy of activation, Capricorn season, which is a cardinal sign as well. And the new moon that we have, which is also at the time of the solar eclipse, as I've said before, it is definitely activating our asses to get on the path that we need to be on to do what it is that we need to do. And why I just said it like that, I do not know. But stay with me, y'all. And for the card at the bottom of the deck, which I like to use as the overall message, take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. And that's perfect because as those emotions are running high, you do, like I said before, remain grounded. You are going to need to take the time to breathe out so that way you're able to move forward with clarity. You know, so you're not just doing something so quickly and then you have to back up out of it because you didn't make any practical plans towards it. So that's what we have for that. Now, I'm going to use some tarot to clarify this. Yes, I am. 10 minutes. Okay. Y'all just use this energy. Surround yourself with positive people, because especially with, emotions running high, energy running high, which is energy and motion is emotion. As that's happening, definitely take the time to ground yourself. So at the bottom, we have the bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, which is a card of emotion, love coming in. Someone who knows that you've been through it, because they bringing you that cup of love or emotion, or just caring, wanting to bring a cup of someone who you can talk to, because they know that you've gone through it. It could be someone romantic, it could be a family member, a friend, or it could also be you doing that for yourself. Because the most important love is self-love. Giving yourself that chance to give your cup after, all the trials you've gone through. But we'll see. Emotions are running high for what's rising up. Spirit guides, what's going on? Emotions are running high. We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. At the beginning, we had the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which was, I'm just going to take it out, which was, letting us know that something is coming in. So for something to come in, we have to make sure that we get rid of the old. Going into this new decade, it's imperative that we do so, especially with the year that we're going into, 2020. It's a year of stability, foundation, unions. We want to be mindful of what we're carrying into, what we're bringing into our space. Because what we bring into our space is going to reflect outwards. It's a boomerang effect. And we want to make sure that we're creating the reality that we want. Okay? So for solutions to any challenges, what do you need to release? What is the message here? What do you need to release? We have the Three of Wands. And it can also be any project that you're looking to work on, and anything that, any delays. It could be yourself from procrastinating, overthinking about the situation. Because here's the thing, when you're trying to, let's say you have a project that you want to get started on, and you have the bigger picture in mind, but you're so drawn into the bigger picture to the extent that you don't have the balance of, okay, there is a journey or a path that you have to go on in order to get to that bigger picture. And in order for that to happen, you have to take it step by step. One step is going to open the next door. So until you take that step, the next door won't open per se. So definitely release yourself from, just go ahead, take that leap of faith and make that move. Okay. Especially if it's something that it's causing you to be emotional, but irresponsibly emotional, to the point that you're doing things that you don't need to be doing. Walk away from it, because that's going to delay you from setting that foundation. Okay, so be very mindful of that. Let's see, you're very close to achieving your goal. That's the advice. You're very close to achieving your goal, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Sorry if I didn't show the other card, but I'll go through it again and I'll show it to you. The Two of Pentacles, that's a card of juggling the practical, what's currently tangible to you, and trying to figure out what it is that, you know, would fit best for your purpose, your soul's purpose, or whatever it is that you have in mind, that goal that you have in mind. What would be the best option or the best route to take? First and foremost, release anything that does not serve you, because that can cause a delay. So release all of that, so that way you're able to now juggle less, and now you're able to possibly even find balance. You know, finding that balance is one of the most important things, or the best things you can do for yourself in terms of reaching your highest self, achieving your goals, you know, having those things that your heart desires. So let's see, for the outcome we have be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. We're in a cardinal season. As I mentioned before, take that leap of faith and releasing those things that don't serve you. Because the Three of Wands is also a card of, you know, ships coming in. Let's see. Be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move. Very good. Be bold and make the first move. Page of Wands. That young, fiery passion. New ideas coming in. Taking action on those new ideas. Can't make it up. The message was to be bold and make the first move, and then they clarify it with go ahead and take that step. Like I said, we're going into a time of stability, unions, foundations, and that's in reference to the number 4 as well. And like I told you guys, it told you the solution to any challenges would be releasing things that no longer serve you, walking away from things that no longer serve you, right? And it's something you know, once you release that and you make that first move to start on that foundation, to start on that dream that you have, that goal, whatever it is that your heart's desire, whatever it is that you can do to get started so that way you can get to that bigger picture, start it. Take that leap of faith and go ahead, because that's what this is going to bring you to. We have the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. This is Four of Wands, basically. And the Four of Wands is unions, foundation, stability, like I said before. But you got to walk away from those things that no longer serve you, because all it's going to do is cause a delay. It's going to have you you have two options: to balance things out, or let it violate you and you just all lost in the sauce, and your balance is off. I would rather you have your balance, figuring things out, with clarity, discernment, and taking action when you need to. Because that's how you're going to be able to achieve that goal that you're very close to achieving. Especially now with the current energy, it's an energy of activation. So use it. When they say history repeats itself, I was thinking of this too. Might be off topic, might not. Take it how it resonates. Sorry, I have to say it. I was thinking about this and I was like, you know what? When they say history repeats itself, they're not talking about this half of the things that's physically going on. You gotta go a little bit deeper than that. We're talking about the way these planets transit. Some of these planets go through a certain shift every 7 years, 34 years. Like, what you need to know, you can find out, apply it, and live a better life. Just use the information that you're given. Research. Don't just take everything as soon as you're given the information. Even what I'm telling you now, shoot, you may not resonate with it now, you may resonate with it later. I don't know. But guess what? Use everything as a tool. So that way you're able to manifest the things that you want. Have those things that your heart desires, because you can. Take time to breathe out. Let's see. That's what we have. Take time to breathe out. And we have the Two of Swords for take time to breathe out. Normally, the Two of Swords is a card of being at a crossroads, stalemate, things like that. Not knowing which way to go. Right? If you take time to breathe out and you do an audit on yourself as to what it is that you want and why you want it, while being mindful of the current energy that's surrounding you. And when I say that, I mean the planetary shifts, because that's something in my experience that has helped me. And if I've used something and it's worked, I would love to share it with you. So this is just what I'm doing here. If those shifts are occurring, right, and I have knowledge of it, now I'm able to understand a little bit more of what I'm feeling. And knowing what I'm feeling gives me the power to create. Okay? And it's like, I posted this earlier on my IG, alba.k_. I'll put it down in the description box below. But don't forget to like and share and subscribe to this video here on my channel. Yes, thank you. Love you. But back to what I was saying, my bad. Knowing that the planets go through these different shifts and understanding that it affects me, I'm a part of it, I'm going to take the time to figure out what it is and where I'm at currently. So that way I'm able to move forward and make decisions and not be at a crossroads per se, which is kind of feeling like this. Because we can flip the script on this, and it could be where you've made a situation where it cuts in between two. It's a fair situation and it works out for everybody. Just going off of action and consequence. So take the time to breathe out. Meditate on these things that you need to walk away from, that are rising up at this current moment with the energy that's, going on at this time. Meditate and contemplate on it, because it's going to help you make that decision where you're able to find your balance and walk away from those things that no longer serve you. Be fair to yourself. Love yourself so much that does not happen for you. And if it does, you know how to get yourself out of it. Stay as close or within proximity of that vortex, which is where your heart's desires are. Stay as close as you can to that. And if you get away from it, you'll know, because you won't feel as good as you did as when you were closer. So just get yourself back to it by changing how you feel. How you feel is going to give you the power to make a decision, like I said before, because it creates your reality, because it affects how you think about stuff, you know? So definitely take the time to meditate on the different options that you have, those, you know, different ideas. And when you gain that clarity, make that move. They got you. Trust. Just make that move. I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Enjoy your Friday. And whenever you tune into this message, just know it's the right time for you. And, you know, I love y'all. I just want everybody to live a life where they're so aware of what's going on around them. So that way, you know, when you reach those paths that may seem like an obstacle, it's not. It's just more of a learning experience. And, you know, you take it on that way. Love ya.